Hello everybody, this is TyronX. Welcome to another Redstone video. In this short series I would like to discuss trading between players, which is an exciting and fun addition to survival multiplayer. So if you're playing single player only, this is not going to be an extremely interesting series for you, I'm afraid. In order to give you a complete overview in trading, I'm gonna show you a few manual methods first. So the first and most obvious one is just dropping the item that you want to sell on the ground, and the other person picks it up and drops the item that you want to buy. It has a few disadvantages, especially that you have to be online together, you have to be in the vicinity, and you have to have the item in your hand. Also, you can only do this when you trust the other player. Now there's a fix for the last problem, which is two-player trading systems like Bling made. I will leave a link in the description below for that, because I'm not going to cover that in this series. Basically though, how it works is that you put your items in a machine and both parties can see what items are going to be traded, and then you can either accept or refuse the trade. The third option, which I find the best of the manual systems, is just leaving a chest behind and leaving a sign that you can say like, I sell for each slot in that chest I sell the items for 1 diamond. You don't have this works very well on small servers where you trust the other players, because you don't have to be nearby. You could make a central marketplace where you buy and sell goods, just like it's on a Minecraft server, if you know those guys. Okay, but what I want to cover are Redstone versions of trading, which are like vending machines where you buy Coke or stuff like that. They have a few advantages. You can protect them if you have a special plugin, or leave them in a spawn chunks. That means, however, that you have to be at admin of the server. And also, secondly, they are easy to use for your players. You drop in the item, they drop in the item they want to sell and get the item they want to buy. So I probably will have 4 episodes. The first episode will cover 1-to-1 item shops. So that means there's a ratio of 1-to-1. You put in 1 item and you get 1 item. Second episode will be 1-to-n item shops. So the player will put in 1 item and receive any amount of items back. Episode 3 would be the inverse of that. The player has to place several items to get 1 item back. And the 4th episode would then be the most complex of all, which is several items to several items. For example, the player has to put in 3 items and get 5 items back. So let's jump right into it. Here on the left I have the most simple version of a 1-to-1 item trading system that I could think of. It has, however, very limited use. But I wanted to build it anyway, because I wanted to start small. Limited use because you cannot select which items you want to purchase. There is no filter down here, which these 2 versions have, and maybe could be used if you have something to sell that you have extremely too much of, like dirt, or I don't know, you have a Enderman farm in the end and sell Ender pearls, or you have players that you trust to put in the right items. Then you can use this version as well. So how it works is that you put in the payment in here, like, I don't know, let's put in 4 diamonds and we will be getting 4 ender pearls back. Here is the chest where the items come from. They just travel into this dropper and the payment drops to the bottom chest. So this means you will have to empty this regularly. The second version that I have invented is a has 2 new features, which is it has a lamp. It will show to the player whether the items you want to sell are still available or not, and if it turns off, they don't even need to try to buy something here. And most importantly, here you can select what you want to purchase. So if you want diamonds for ender pearls, let's say, you put in here a diamond and whatever secret item here, so you don't have to waste away your diamonds. here I put this, you can see dirt with a special name. You can do that by just putting a stack of dirt in an anvil and naming it. In 1.8 this has become very cheap to do so. So this works just the same. You put in the item that you want to buy. Here I had from the previous test some ender pearls, but let's put in 2 diamonds, and you see we will get 2 ender pearls back. So there's also a small difference. Here's 1 hopper for payout and payments, and here's 2. But apart from that, is everything the same. Here's the goes in the items that you want to sell to the player, and here's the payment that will arrive in this chest. Now this has one small disadvantage for the players who want to use this system, which is, let's say this chest is almost empty. For example, only 10 items left, and the player throws in 20 diamonds here. Well, then those 20 diamonds will all go into the output chest here. Here they will lose all the 20 diamonds and only 10 ender pearls arrive. So they lose their money basically. And this is what this dirt design is for. It will protect all those players from getting their monies stolen basically. Otherwise there is no big difference to it. As you can see, unfortunately this made the system a lot more complicated, but still pretty cool I find. Apart from that, it works all the same. You put in your money here and the payment arrives on top here. And once the chest runs out, this lamp will turn off as well. One thing you have to note when you refill this system is that you have to place 1 payment item in this hopper and in this hopper. Otherwise, it's the first player who pays afterwards will get 1 item less. And I'm not quite sure why there was a torch pointed out, but it should be working anyway, I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for this episode, I think. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I will see you next episode when I show you the 1 to n item shops. Bye bye, take care.